Hey everybody, hope everybody's been good. Hope everybody's been enjoying these messages. Please remember to subscribe and leave comments, and please like it so I know what you guys are thinking about these messages. Hopefully they've been helping you in your everyday life. With everything going on, it's kind of hard to keep the messages relevant, what's important, what's not important, siphon the, most important information um, to everybody. It's not easy, because there's so much to talk about, and trying to keep it very simple and not getting it very convoluted. So we're going to bring the ancients in, guys. Once again, please like the page, subscribe. These channelings are 100% true, um, and they're very important. I can tell you that um, you're not going to get more important messages than these. So please um, get interactive with them and leave your information so we can have topics in the future of what you guys want to talk about. So just give me a minute or two, and we'll bring in the ancients. We are here. Today we want to talk to you about your energy and your power and how to create your own reality. You choose the path before you come here. You set up roadblocks or lessons that you want to encounter, learn, and those are unavoidable. How you react to them is your free will. That's for your individual soul growth. And as much as when you're going through certain circumstances, praying or crying or wanting, whether it's money, a certain person back, death, love, a job loss, people change. Those are inevitable. Those are teaching you evolutionary soul lessons. And not only do you have your soul lessons to learn, they are compounded by the global events that go on. Your reality is intertwined with other realities. So even though you may share the same global reality, each individual reality is quite different. Whereas we say a bubble within a bubble of a bubble, living simultaneously. You can have 20 people walking down a crowded street, and they're all sharing the same experience, the day, the sun, but within each individual is a bubble of their own reality, people, feelings that they're own dealing with. So even though people are sharing the same global reality, each one is experiencing an individual reality. And on top of that, you have your global issues that each one of you have to deal with. So, the key to life is, how do you manage your individual realities and global realities? Because there are roadblocks, stopping points that are inevitable that you have to go through. And the first step that you must understand is you have to go through the whole ordeal, struggle, to either learn the lesson or to open another avenue or door or redirect you. And how you handle that is part of your creating of your reality. And a lot of people misconstrue that I'm trying to everything I can to change my reality, not to go through a certain circumstance or struggle. And one must realize that no matter how much you do the work, you set the intentions, those are lessons that you chose to go through. Now, how you play that hand is up to you and your free will. And that is part of your energy control, such as grounding yourself, what you can handle. Do you make the situation worse? Do you compound it more? Or do you have a very strategic, positive approach? And if you notice, sometimes when you go through life struggles and you keep a positive attitude, you tend to attract the right people or circumstance to get you to that next stepping stone. It may not be the total solution to your whole problem, but you will attract the solutions to your next stepping stone, which will lead you to your next stepping stone and towards eventually the solution. What you must understand is the synchronization of the people, events, the time takes a lot of work. You are guided by your higher self, your spirit team, but you must do the initial work. And we understand it's exhausting, frustrating, sometimes exhilarating, but we can reassure you that with the proper attunement of your energy, keeping it positive, learning, you will get through any situation. And part of going through such an ordeal teaches you how to control your energy. Some people go to drugs, alcohol. They can't function through the day. Some people learn to meditate, take things one day at a time, and they strengthen themselves in their energy control. It is not an easy task to control your energy, but what you attract in your mindset helps you in your stepping stones. You cannot just wave a magic wand and say, I want to change my whole circumstance. It does not work that way. You are in a very, very confusing environment. You're trying to navigate a ship through a fog storm, looking for that light. And sometimes that light is far away and it helps steer you in, but you still have to steer the ship. And we tell you, a good ship captain does not become a good ship captain by navigating calm seas. A good ship captain becomes a great ship captain by navigating rough seas, and they learn from them. But the lighthouse is always at the end of the trip, and you will get to that point through your journey. And your global situations do not help. The foods, the air, the news, the way the rules are set up in this matrix, as many of you call it. And before you come here, you know about the rules, and you're willing to play about them, because you know you can get through it. We ask each one of you to raise your own elevation of love and consciousness in your own power. Your mind is a very powerful energy portal source which will create your reality. Sometimes it may not happen now. Maybe once you go through your ordeal, then the stuff that you need will be at the end of your journey. But what you want versus what you need are two different things, and your higher self will always direct you to what you need if you pay attention. But we implore you to become more in tune to your psychic abilities. Because once you become in tune with your psychic abilities, it is like having a navigational system on your ship. And no matter how thick that fog gets, you will always have that navigational system within you to go through that fog with ease. And you'll miss the rocks and the shore, and you'll easily port yourself into the shipyard. So we will leave you with, you cannot avoid your roadblocks because you set them up to clear past karmas. And that is part of the holding pattern of this matrix, which souls keep evolving in, is the karma, the rules before you enter here. And some souls become entrapped or recycled. But you come here for many different reasons, and it doesn't matter. The point is, souls come here to learn, to help. But once you get into the game, you find yourself in the thick of things and into the frying pan. And sometimes into the fire. Remember, your mind is powerful. Your psychic abilities is like a muscle. You must work at them in order for it to fully function. Once you can stabilize yourself and become in tune, then you can take on those other nuances that are compounding the issues in your world. Much is going on, much distractions, much roadblocks, many rules. And we are here to help give you our guidance. There is no one answer. There is no easy way out. If everything was smooth, all-knowing, we would all be in a paradise. But it is not. And there are forces battling each other. And you find yourselves caught in the middle. We can reassure you that whatever light dimension, etheric, thought, physical dimensions that you cannot comprehend, even the dimension of the spirit world has much conflict and so-called light and dark. There is no dimension where everything is, what can we say, a utopia. That is what we all are striving for in every dimension, is the ever unfolding consciousness of life, to see what we want and what we don't want. If you look at the planet Earth and the 7 billion souls that are occupying here, and this galaxy is like a pebble on a vast beach, it kind of puts in perspective the number of souls that are out there and the many different directions each soul is going into, what they believe, what they want. It's an never-ending expanding of consciousness. And to keep all souls on the same track is a very hard task. But this sector of the universe is an important sector that we set up. We will dive into artificial intelligence in our next channeling. For that is what everybody needs to start paying attention to. That is the true enemy. That will be the true downfall. Alright guys, hopefully you enjoyed that channeling. Please leave your comments and please subscribe. And spread the word of love out to everybody. And you know, not everybody has to be a superhero in the spiritual world. Some of us are just here to hold light. Some of us might just have to be parents, help another soul, a gentle smile, a kind word. That's how you change things, one soul at a time. Take care.